Good morning, all of you. We have been dealing with the story The Verger, and today we are about to complete the story. Without delay, let us begin. Okay, so what is the matter in the story? The matter is that Verger Albert Edward Foreman has been working for 16 years at the St. Peter's, located in Neville Square in London. Now, for 16 years, very honestly, he has been working, having no trouble, no problem. But the new appointed vicar has found out that the verger doesn't know reading and writing. So, the new vicar was very sophisticated, very uh, person who believes in prudence, gives more importance to the prudence. So, he doesn't let it go and decides to inform it to the verger. And he calls version inside the meeting room, inside the vestry, where other two such versions are already there. And they tells the verger that within 3 months, if you can learn reading and writing, then it is fine. But if you can't do, then you have to resign from your post. So Virgil was very old and says that I am no more willing to learn at this age reading and writing. So better I resign. And he does. So after his resignation, Berger is in a dilemma. He is depressed and he now doesn't know what to do because the earning that he had saved was not enough for his entire life, and therefore he was very upset, very nervous, and therefore forgets to take a way leading to his home, and he takes another way. While walking on the road, he just wanted to relax himself. But Edward was a non-smoker. So this is where we are in the story. From here we just see. Now see, he was a non-smoker. He was very good person
સર
having habit. Yes,
બેકગ્રાઉન્ડ નોઈઝ વધારે આવે છે.
just a minute. Okay, so what happens? He was abstained. Abstainer means having no habit of bad habit. He has no bad habit of smoking or having chewing tobacco. But uh, he was a non-smoker and a total abstainer. Abstainer means totally free from such habits, but with a certain latitude. But latitude means freedom. But sometimes he was very liberal. Means he would give himself liberty, the freedom. That is to say that he liked a glass of beer with his dinner. Then sometimes he would take freedom of taking glass of beer with his dinner, but in which occasion? Only when he was tired. Only when he feels tired, he takes a glass of beer with him. And occurred, and it occur, and sometimes when he is tired, he also takes smokes a cigarette. Okay, let me raise my voice. Now it is fine. Because the problem is that now I can't, I'm in a position that can't control the noise that is coming up from outside. So it occurred to him now that one would comfort him. Now he is thinking of smoking right now because he is very tired and upset and nervous. So he thinks that just to get relaxed. Therefore he thinks of smoking, that he thinks that would provide him comfort. Since he did not carry them, he actually every day he is not a regular smoker, so he does not have things available in his pocket. So he started looking for it in the street where he would get this cigarette or tobacco, where he would buy a packet of gold flake. Now he is looking for the cigarette, but he did not at once see one and walked on a little. He does not find any shop. So what he does, he moves little further in the street, and it was a long street. The street was very long and with all sorts of shops in it. So in that particular street, there were many shops, but there was not a single one where you could buy cigarette. એક પણ શોપ એવી નહોતી કે જે ત્યાંથી એમને સિગારેટ મળી જાય. So now that is the matter, that in a long street where plenty of shops were there, but none of them was selling cigarette. So Albert Edwards thinks that it is very strange that in a London, in a street like this, where a cigarette is not available, it is strange. To make sure, he walked right up their street away. And a doubt check, no, it should not happen. There might be at least one or two shops from where he could get cigarette. But again, he goes back to the street to look for the cigarette, but no, there was no doubt about it. So no shop was available. So he stopped and looked reflectively up and down. Now he is standing somewhere and thinking, looking up and down. What should be done now? Cigarette is also not available. Now what he thinks is, I was thinking that what I can't be the only man. Okay. મારા જેવા ઘણા બીજા ઘણા એવા લોકો હશે કે જેમને સિગરેટ કે ટોબેકોની જરૂર પડતી હશે. So I can't be the only man who walks along the street and wants a fag, edgy fag means cigarette. Fag means cigarette. So he said there will be many people wanting cigarette, but I shouldn't wonder. But what a fellow might do very well with a little shop here. Okay. I should not wonder. એ મારે કોઈ વિચારવાનું એવું કંઈ I need not to ponder over that what a fellow like me would do when cigarette is not available. But what they will do with a little shop here? So tobacco and sweets, you know. And he gave a sudden start. So now he fails to get cigarette, and what he does, starts moving back to his house. That's an idea, he said. તો એના ઉપરથી એમને કંઈક વિચાર આવે છે. શેના ઉપરથી?
સર તમારો વોઇસ કટ થાય છે.
ઓકે.
બેકગ્રાઉન્ડ નો છે ને એટલો જ છું.
Okay, now fine. So that is the idea that he has. What type of idea? That in this long street.
ના સર હજી કટ થાય તમારો અવાજ.
Okay, let me try. In that long street, there were many shops, but there was no shop of cigarette and tobacco. Now Berger is thinking about this aspect. There should be at least one cigarette shop, tobacco selling shop. So he turned and walked home and had his tea. ઘરે જાય છે પોતાના. His wife serves tea and says that you are very silent this afternoon. His wife remarks, what remarks? That you are very silent this afternoon, Albert. So Albert says that I am thinking. What he says? I am thinking, he said, and he is thinking about that matter. That there is an opportunity in that street. What sort of opportunity? Opportunity to open a shop. What type of shop? Shop for tobacco and cigarette. And then he considered this matter from every point of view. Now he was thinking entire night over this matter. How it would be if I open a shop there. So next day he went along the street. પાછો ત્યાં જાય છે એ સ્ટ્રીટમાં. And by good luck found a little shop. હવે સ્ટ્રીટમાં ત્યાં એક દુકાન જુએ, સ્મોલ શોપ, empty, ખાલી પડેલી. To let that look as though it would exactly suit him. Perfectly એમને suitable, એમને જે business, now new business એમને start કરવો છે. Now he is not Berger. He has to start a new business. Now he is thinking of starting a new business in that street. And therefore he finds a shop in that street and he has idea that this is completely suitable for me. What he does, within 24 hours later, after 24 hours, he had taken it. ये दुकान ने ये खरीदी ली है 24 कलाक में अंदर. And when a month after that he left St. Peter's Navy Square forever, એટલે કે એક મહિના પછી એમને જે ચર્ચ છોડી દીધી એનો એક મહિનો થઈ ગયો છે. તો એક મહિના પછી Albert Edward Foreman set up a business. What type of business? As a tobacconist and news agent. હવે ન્યૂ વેન્ચર એમને ઉપાડી લીધું. તો આફ્ટર leaving church forever, lifetime, he started a new business. He becomes tobacconist and news agent. His wife said that it was very dreadful come down. Wife એમને શું કહે છે કે વર્જરની જોબ કરી એટલા સમય 16 years and now you wanted to become an ordinary tobacconist. And this is not a good thing, she says. What she says that it is a come down after being verger of St. Peter's. But he consoles his wife. He answered that you have to move with times. કે છે એના વાઈફને કે દરેક વ્યક્તિએ સમય પ્રમાણે ચાલવું જોઈએ. ટાઈમ ઇઝ એવરીથિંગ. Nothing is in our control. Nothing is in our hand. So we should move as a human being with the time. So he is not worried and disappointed about that he has left his versus job. He is a bit worried about starting a new job, and he had done it just within a month. And henceforward, what he says, he mentions here Caesar. He was going to render unto Caesar what was Caesar's. Agar Caesar means Caesar, the word is used for Roman emperor. Emperor means ruler. Ruler means king. Ancient time Roman જે ruler હતા king તેઓ હતા autocratic. Render means to provide, to give. એ શું કહે છે કે જે ભાઈ કિંગનું હતું એ કિંગને પાછું આપી દેવાનું છે અને નવું કંઈ હું કરવા જઈ રહ્યો નથી. And Albert Edward did very well. Now, what he was going to do, henceforward, starting a new venture, he was going to render unto Caesar what was Caesar's. Now means autocrat means now you can take your self decision, not dependent on others. You have complete freedom. You are like a king. You can set up new business, and can embark a new venture and take decision the way you like. Completely like Caesar, like king. You are now autocrat, taking your own decisions. Now what happened? He did so well that within a month he became a businessman in tobacco, tobacconist and a news agent. Now within a year what happens? After 12 months, so it struck him that he might take a second shop. એક દુકાન તમને ખરીદી લીધી કંઈક સ્ટ્રીટમાં લંડનમાં ચાલે છે વ્યવસ્થિત. હવે now he is thinking of buying second shop and put a manager in. બીજી એક સેકન્ડ શોપ ખરીદી લે છે અને એમાં મેનેજર એ મૂકી દે છે અને ખરીદી પણ લે છે. he looked for another long street, બીજી લોંગ સ્ટ્રીટમાં એ સર્ચ કરે છે દુકાન માટે, and that hadn't got a tobacconist કે જ્યાં tobacconist ના હોય એવું પ્લેસ, એવું લોકેશન. And when he found it and the shop to let, took it and stopped it. ત્યારબાદ બીજી કોઈ સ્ટ્રીટમાં પણ એમને સેકન્ડ શોપ મળી જાય છે અને ત્યાં એમનો માલ છે સ્ટોક કરી દે છે અને ખરીદી લે છે. This was a success too. એમાં પણ એ સક્સેસફુલ જાય છે. હવે Berger is owner of 2 shops. એક વર્ષની અંદર એ શું કરી જાય છે? 2 કલાકમાં 2 દુકાનનો માલ. હવે શું થાય છે નેક્સ્ટ? Then it occurred to him that if he could run 2, he could run half a dozen. હું વિચારે છે હવે જો 2 શોપ્સને સારી રીતે એ સંભાળી શકતો હોય, why not 10 or more than that dozen, around 12. So he began walking about London, and whenever he found a long street that had no tobacconist and a shop to let, he took it. હવે આખા લંડન સિટીમાં એ સર્ચ કરે ઓલ સ્ટ્રીટ્સ, જ્યાં જ્યાં એમને ખાલી ખાલી દુકાનો મળી એમપી, અને જ્યાં જ્યાં સ્ટ્રીટ વેન્ડર લાગ્યું કે અહીંયા ટોબેકો અવેલેબિલિટી નથી, ત્યાં ત્યાં એ બધી જગ્યાએ એમણે એ દુકાનો ખરીદી લીધી વિધિન 10 years. 10 વર્ષની અંદર he had acquired no less than 10 shops. 10 વર્ષની અંદર he was owner of 10 shops and making money hand over fist, handsome amount of money, large amount of money every month, and he went around all of them himself every morning. Okay? Now see the magic, see the miracle. A person who doesn't know reading and writing successfully now, started his new business as a tobacconist. Within 10 years, he is owner of 10 shops. Now people are working under him. So what he would do every Monday, he would go every shop, એમની બસે દુકાનમાં એવરી મંડે વિઝિટ લે છે. શા માટે? ટુ કલેક્ટ ધ ઇન્કમ મની એન્ડ કલેક્ટ ધ બિગ સ્ટેકિંગ્સ એન્ડ ટુક ધેમ ટુ ધ બેંક, અને બેંકમાં એ બધી રકમને ડિપોઝિટ કરી આવે એવરી મંડે. સો ધીસ ઇઝ નાઉ has become the schedule. Every Monday he would go collect the money and deposit it in the bank. એના બેંક એકાઉન્ટમાં જે છે એની રકમ જે છે એવી છે એકદમ very huge sum total. So one morning when he was there, where in bank, and one morning when he goes to the bank, being bundle of notes and heavy bag of silver, બરાબર, સિલ્વર કોઈન અને ઘણી બધી નોટ્સ એ જમા કરવા ત્યાં બેંકમાં જાય છે. એટલે ત્યાં બેંકમાં જે કેશિયર જે છે ને, ધ કેશિયર ટોલ્ડ હિમ દેટ ધ મેનેજર વુડ લાઈક ટુ સી હિમ. કેશિયર શું કહે છે કે મેનેજરને તમારી સાથે વાત કરવી છે, મળવું છે, કેવું છે, બેંક મેનેજર. અને હી વોઝ શોન ઇન ટુ એન ઓફિસ. કેશિયર જે છે એની ઓફિસ મને બતાવે છે કે જાઓ ત્યાં મેનેજર બેઠા છે. ઓફિસમાં જાય છે બર્જર, એન્ડ ધ મેનેજર શુક હેન્ડ્સ વિથ હિમ. મેનેજર છે એમની સાથે હાથ મિલાવે છે, મળે છે બંને ઓફિસમાં. શું કહે છે મેનેજર બર્જરને? મિસ્ટર ફોરમેન, આઈ વોન્ટેડ ટુ હેવ અ ટોક ટુ યુ. શું કહે છે? મારે તમારી સાથે એક મેટર ઉપર વાત કરવાની છે. શું વાત છે? અબાઉટ યોર મની that you have got on deposit with us. તમારી બેંકમાં જે તમારા એકાઉન્ટમાં જે મની છે, જે રકમ જમા થઈ છે એના રિલેટેડ આઈ વોન્ટ ટુ ટોક ટુ યુ. ડુ યુ નો એક્ઝેક્ટલી હાઉ મચ ઇટ ઇઝ? મેનેજર શું પૂછે છે બર્જરને કે તમને ખ્યાલ છે, ડુ યુ એક્ઝેક્ટલી નો કે તમારા એકાઉન્ટમાં કેટલી રકમ છે? બર્જર પછી જવાબ આપે છે એને કોઈ એક્ઝેક્ટ આઈડિયા નથી, ઇટ ડઝન્ટ નો એક્ઝેક્ટલી. તો એ જવાબ શું આપે છે કે નોટ વિધિન અ પાઉન્ડ ઓર ટુ, that pound one or two, that I don't have, I got a pretty rough idea. શું કહે છે? મને ક્લિયર આઈડિયા નથી, I have rough idea. So apart from what you paid in this morning, મેનેજર શું કહે છે કે તમે આજે મોર્નિંગમાં જે રકમ ડિપોઝિટ કરી એ સિવાય it's a little over 30,000 pounds. કેટલી રકમ છે? 30,000 pounds. Now, pound is the currency of that England, and yeah, it is, if we convert in our Indian currency, it is 94 rupees right now. Okay, so it is approximately more than 28 lakhs rupees. How much? 30,000 pounds means approximately 28, more than 28 lakhs Indian rupees, and that too it is about 30 years ago. It is about 30 years ago. 30 વર્ષ પહેલા આટલી રકમ was very huge. So that's a very large sum. manager શું કહે છે, that's a very large sum to have on deposit and I should have thought you would do better to invest it. એટલે મેનેજર છે એને એડવાઇસ આપે છે કે બેટર તમે તમારી રકમ છે એને શેર માર્કેટમાં ઇન્વેસ્ટ કરો, બરાબર. અમે તમને જે ઇન્ટરેસ્ટ રેટ આપીએ છીએ એના કરતાં શેર માર્કેટમાં તમને વધારે મળશે. સો after listening this, Roger says that I would not want to take risk. Roger કહે છે કે I don't want to take any risk. The bank is safe. I know it's safe in the bank. બેંકમાં મને વધારે સેફ લાગે છે. શેર માર્કેટિંગ આઈ થિંક ઇટ ઇઝ વેરી રિસ્કી. મેનેજર કહે છે કે યુ નીડ નોટ હેવ ધ લિસ્ટ anxiety. Anxiety means worry. You need not to worry about it. We will make you out a list of absolutely guilt-edged securities. Guilt-edged means perfect, no chance of leakage. So he says that manager of the bank that we will provide you, good securities. You need not to worry about anything. They will bring you in a better rate of interest. શું કહે છે એ તમને સારું ઇન્ટરેસ્ટ આપશે. Then we can possibly afford to give you. હવે અમે જે તમને આપીએ છીએ બેંકમાં એના કરતાં તમને શેર માર્કેટમાં વધારે ઇન્ટરેસ્ટ મળશે. So trouble looked, settled on Mr. Foreman's distinguished face. Distinguished means now he has become a businessman. Smart face. Now he has become very smart. Now he isn't in a trouble what to do. Should he believe manager or deny? I have never had anything to do with stocks and shares. શું કહે છે કે મારે સ્ટોક માર્કેટિંગમાં કે કોઈ શેરિંગમાં કોઈ ડીલિંગ મેં કર્યું નથી. એન્ડ આઈ વુડ હેવ ટુ લીવ ઇટ ઓલ ઇન યોર હેન્ડ્સ. બરાબર શું કહે કે મને કોઈ આ વાતનો કોઈ અનુભવ નથી, એક્સપિરિયન્સ નથી. આઈ હેડ નોટ ડીલિંગ્સ વિથ ઇટ. સો આ બધું હું તમારા હાથમાં સોંપું છું, મેનેજરને કહે છે. મેનેજર કહે છે, મેનેજર સ્માઇલ એન્ડ વી વિલ ડુ એવરીથિંગ. મેનેજર શું કહે છે, વી વિલ લુક આફ્ટર એવરીથિંગ, વી વિલ ડુ એવરીથિંગ ફોર ધ સેક ઓફ વર્જર. All you have to do is next time you come in is just to sign the transfer. કે બીજી વખત હવે તમે આવો નેક્સ્ટ તો તમારે શું કરવાનું છે, ખાલી સિગ્નેચર કરવાનું છે પેપર ઉપર. બરાબર, ટ્રાન્સફર જે પેપર છે, ડોક્યુમેન્ટેશન, only you have to do is only signature. Rest of the things we will take care of. વર્જર જવાબ આપે છે કે I could do that all right. Yes, I can do my signature, said Albert uncertainly. Now he is not sure. પછી શું કહે છે, how should I know what I was signing? વર્જર કહે છે કે ચાલો તમે કીધું મારે સિગ્નેચર કરવાનું, ઓકે આઈ કેન ડુ ધેટ, બટ મને ખબર કઈ રીતે પડે, કઈ રીતે હું જાણી શકું કે જે પેપરમાં હું સાઇન કરી રહ્યો છું એ પેપરમાં મેટર શું છે? How I know that what I was signing? પેપર શાનું છે, એમાં મેટર શું છે એ હું કઈ રીતે જાણી શકું? મેનેજર ટ્રાઇફલ મીન્સ સમથિંગ નોટ નેસેસરી, નોટ એસેન્શિયલ એવો પ્રશ્ન પૂછે છે કે આઈ સપોઝ દેટ યુ કેન રીડ. મેનેજર કહે છે કે એ તો તમે વાંચી શકો, કાગળને વાંચી શકો. મેનેજરને જ ખબર નથી કે એ વ્યક્તિને વાંચતા લખતા નથી આવતું. એટલે મેનેજર કહે છે કે અમે ઇન્વેસ્ટ કરી આપશું, તમારે માત્ર સિગ્નેચર કરવાનું છે. તો ભાઈ મેનેજર કહે છે કે સિગ્નેચર એ તો ઠીક છે, સિગ્નેચર તો હું કરી આપું, પણ મેટર મારે કઈ રીતે જાણવી કાગળમાં, પેજમાં, પેપરમાં? તો એ કહે છે કે યુ કુડ રીડ. હવે વર્જર જવાબ આપે છે, મિસ્ટર ફોરમેન ગેવ હિમ અ ડિસર્વિંગ સ્માઇલ. શું કહે છે, વેલ સર, that is the problem, I can't. શું કહે છે, that is the problem. I know it sounds funny like. શું કહે છે, તમને સાંભળીને કદાચ નવાઈ લાગશે કે મને લખતા વાંચતા નથી આવડતું, But there it is. That is the case. I can't read or write. Only me name, and I only learned to do that when I went into business. માત્ર મારું નામ લખતા આવડે છે અને એ પણ હમણાં બિઝનેસમાં જ્યારે મેં શરૂઆત કરી, I jumped on and started new business. I could learn only thing that my name. So Berger can write his name, but he doesn't know more than that, reading and writing. So the manager, after listening this, was very surprised. So surprised that he jumped up from his chair. મેનેજરને આ વસ્તુ માનવામાં નથી આવતી કે કોઈ વ્યક્તિ આટલો રિચ સક્સેસફુલ બિઝનેસમેન બની શકે વિધાઉટ knowing, without being able to read and write. Manager was shocked. He was surprised. એના ચેરમાંથી જમ્પ થઈ જાય છે. That is the most extraordinary thing I ever heard. મેનેજરે આવું ક્યારેય ભૂતકાળમાં સાંભળ્યું નથી. He had no experience of such things. You see, it's like this, sir. So it is like this. I never had opportunity until it was too late. He says that I had no opportunity, and when opportunity came, it was too late. I got obstinate. Like obstinate means stubborn. Stubborn means inflexible. Inflexible means you cannot mold. You cannot mold means you cannot change. Now he says that now I am inchangeable. I cannot change. I cannot learn. So the managers stared at him. Manager કેવી રીતે એની સામે જોવે છે? As though he were a prehistoric monster. Monster means a huge, big creature. જાણે કે મેનેજરની સામે એવું કોઈ ક્રીચર બેઠું હોય, નવાઈ લાગતી હોય એ નજરે એ આ સાંભળીને વર્જનની સામે જુએ છે. Because he can't believe that he doesn't know reading and writing and he could become a billionaire. So it was very unbelievable fact for bank manager. Now these are the last conversation, last points or last remark made by bank manager. છેલ્લે શું કહે છે વર્જરને bank manager? And do you mean to say that you have built up this important business? આ તમે એટલો બધો important business તમે સેટઅપ કર્યો and amassed a fortune of 30,000 pounds. 30,000 pounds જેટલી huge રકમ તમે કમાયા without being able to read or write. એ પણ લખતા વાંચતા વગર. Good God, man, what would you be now if you had been able to? This is something very interesting in the story. શું કહે છે મેનેજર કે જો તમને લખતા વાંચતા નથી આવડતું છતાં તમે આટલા સક્સેસફુલ બિઝનેસમેન બની ગયા, આટલી બધી રકમ તમારા એકાઉન્ટમાં પડી છે, કદાચ જો તમને લખતા વાંચતા આવડતું હોત તો તમે શું હોત? જવાબ આપે છે વર્જન. I can tell you that, sir. શું કહે છે હું તમને કહી શકું છું, said Mr. Foreman. A little smile on his still aristocratic features. Aristocratic means wealthy, rich. એ પ્રકારના અંદાજમાં એ જવાબ આપે છે. I had the Verger out St. Peter's Navy Square. શું જવાબ આપે છે? જો મને લખતા વાંચતા આવડતું હોત તો હું કદાચ બિઝનેસમેન ના હોત. હું શું હોત? વર્જર ઓફ સેન્ટ મેરીઝ સ્ક્વેર. કારણ કે જો લખતા વાંચતા આવડતું હોત તો સ્વીકારને કોઈ પ્રોબ્લેમ નહોતો. He would have carried forward his job as a verger if he would know reading and writing. But actually a weakness હતી, he didn't know reading and writing. Because of that he was thrown out of the church. Because of that he had to find out a new job and successfully he could do it. સરસ જવાબ આપે છે કે જો મને લખતા વાંચતા આવડતું હોય તો હું કદાચ I would have been working as a verger of St. Peter Davis Square. ત્યાં હું વર્જર હોત વિચારે મને કદાચ રેઝિગ્નેશન આપવા માટે મજબૂર ના કર્યો જો મને વાંચતા લખતા આવડતું. આ તો નહોતું આવડતું એટલે ચર્ચને હંમેશા માટે અલવિદા કહેવું પડ્યું મને. In order to survive in life, I was bound to start new thing, and I could do it successfully. Why he could do? He was very, confident person that he did not disappoint, not became a victim of disappointment. And he thought over this matter, which matter that everybody should move with time. So he was having very good other qualities in him. He was skillful, he was optimistic, he was confident, he was entrepreneur skill, risk-taking attitude. So therefore, he, because of having a lot of other positive things, skills, his weakness, not knowing reading and writing, does not become hurdle, does not become obstacle in his career. So what we can learn from the story is, what is the moral of the story is, best in a word, if in a one word we should say that what was in a verger in his character that he could, he did not fail, and that was his willpower. That was his willpower. If you have watched a movie, Batman, there is one beautiful dialogue. One fellow says, training is nothing, will is everything. Training is nothing, it is will. Willpower is everything. So Virgin had that willpower. Because of his willpower, he did not fail and he did success and he could face the failure. So if you have everything, you have knowledge, you have degrees, but if you don't have willpower, you can not make progress in life. The most important thing in life is, apart from degrees and knowledge, that is willpower. Unless you have willpower, you cannot become successful. So what is needed? Willpower is needed. If you have willpower, then degrees and informations, they are not important to you. They do not matter to you. They do not matter to you. So willpower is everything. And you have knowledge and you have degrees and then plus you have willpower, you can do something marvelous, something wonderful, something extraordinary. With this we end the story. Next class we will discuss question answer related to this story. Homework is read this story 2 times. બધાએ ઇન્ડિવિજ્યુઅલી 2 વખત આ શોર્ટ સ્ટોરીને વર્ડ ટુ વર્ડ વાંચવાનું છે. Go through also the material sent by me. Next time we will discuss short questions and important words from the story. Till then, keep reading. Now you can type your roll number in the chat box. Thank you. Have a nice day.